Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to White Knuckle Racing. We have a fun podcast for you guys today. We have some podiums, some winners from this weekend, some not so good winners from over the weekend as well, from the biggest 206 event that we've had all year. But we want to, as always, we're going to welcome Miguel from Jam Racing. Jorge's going to be joining us here in just a few minutes. We got Mick Gabriel from AM Karting, and new to the podcast, please welcome, give him a round of applause, the big winner from the weekend from two different classes, James Overbeck. How are you, buddy?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so well, of course, man, and anything karting, anything that we could ever do, guys, hit us up, talk to us on track. We're here for you guys. This is for karting, to get out there with the community and try to grow the sport as much as we can with everything that we can, as always. Very important for all of us. Please make sure that you subscribe. You hit up all of our social medias, AM Karting on Facebook, Jam Racing on Facebook, AM Karting on Instagram, Jam Racing in Facebook, Instagram, or you can look up Jorge Ruiz. We all know that he's the princess, and he wants to take most of the attention most of the time. But that's the family. But before we talk about Grand National, James, can we get a little bit of your background? How long you've been racing? What chassis do you drive? Why do you drive that chassis? And why you betrayed your friend over the weekend?
So I'm in Cincinnati, and when I was 4, my grandpa got me a kid kart for my birthday, and I raced just at G&J Kartway for a few years. And starting in like 2016, I started on WKA sprint stuff, and have just started traveling more and more after that. And once I moved up to junior in 2019, we just traveled a bunch.
Okay, so you've been driving 206 this whole time, or?
No, I started out with a Comer and then moved to a Yamaha and a Swift. I ran 1 year of 206 in cadet, and then just have run 206 since then.
And how are you enjoying the battles in the 206 class?
206 racing is pretty fun. It's cheap and has really good racing compared to two-stroke. I mean, two-stroke you've seen, I mean, has some really incredible racing, but we just like to do 206 racing just because it's fun to do and not a $5,000, $6,000 weekend.
Well, I don't know if Mick can agree to that. A cheap weekend. I don't know if
So before we get into the real outcomes of the weekend, and you get to flex a little bit here, Miguel got to try out a new chassis for the weekend for the first time. Obviously, you know, you're still learning the chassis. We kind of talked a little bit off camera, you and I did, of how the handling feels different. But if you could just give anybody just a quick snapshot of what to expect when going into an MGM or something like that, what would it be?
Forget everything you know about the other chassis.
Okay.
honestly, like it's just different from the front end setup to the rear. I mean, I went from driving a 50mm axle to a cart I already had caster built into it, to completely no caster, to 40mm axle. And the handling was a lot different. Like it came to a point where my hands I used to drive so low I had to actually eventually move them up. And now I have to relearn a new chassis, position my hands differently, just to slow them down. Because the TB, I was able to kind of just flick it in, like I would do a lot in Orlando in that tight section, but I couldn't do that with this. It's just so free and so loose constantly. So yeah, basically, if you're going from a different manufacturer, I think if maybe you stay within the American chassis and maybe an Eagle to MGM, maybe there's some relation, but from the European chassis to the American chassis, it's night and day.
Okay. Well, that's a good, you know, so what you're saying is don't try a new chassis in the biggest event of the year without being on the car. Is that what you're saying?
No, absolutely not. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, the car is proven. I mean, I know it was fast. So now everybody's gonna be saying, "Damn, you really do suck."
Yeah, he is.
I mean, because the chassis was good and fast, but it's gonna take some time for sure. But going to Spring Nationals, basically showing up with a cart you never driven,
Not
I don't know.
again.
Some guys can adapt. I mean, these two probably can adapt a lot quicker than I can, but for me, it took a little bit. So.
Yeah. So Mick, not a top podium for you this weekend, unfortunately, but you were on the podium. How was this weekend? It seemed like you had a little bit of more help than what you had the last time around. Did it make a big difference for you? How was the experience on track?
It was good. I mean, we unloaded decent, but then we just got better. And I just started driving the track better as the weekend went on. And it was cool being up front with James most of the weekend because we don't always get to race together. But when we do, we seem to work together good. And it seemed like we were the two carts to beat most of the weekend. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, so was there a little bit of trash talking between the two of you after the race?
No, not really, honestly. I mean,
no. James just said yes.
Except with our buddy, when Tristan Farber comes around, then a lot of shit talking goes down.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So where did he place for the weekend?
He was fourth in light, and he came from mid-pack and senior medium after one of my teammates, I think, him wrecked. So I think he came from like 16th to 7th in the main. He was coming. He would have been on the podium if he would have started top 5. So
okay.
Shout out to Tristan.
Well, I mean,
shout out to Bacon too, right, James? Bacon got a top 10. Yeah.
Man,
I mean, you guys know who Bacon is.
No. So who's Bacon? Who's Bacon?
Yeah, he legitimately had bacon across the back and bacon on the side of the cart.
Yeah, James, tell me who Bacon is.
So Bacon's this low budget 206 racer from Illinois who lives up in Illinois by Mick, and he's just pretty funny with the stuff he does to a go-kart, and he somehow just finds a way to make it work, even though it makes 0 sense how any of it works.
He literally runs a setup that you can never run on an OTK, and he makes it work. And it's crazy. That's why we love the guy. Like, how can you not love a guy that makes a setup work that should never work? So, I mean, he's a legend.
That's pretty special. I mean, I tend to try to not worry too much when I go to races, and I've been known to run the same setup in 3 different races for 3 different tracks other than change gearing. So I mean, it's fun. So some highlights for the weekend here. I'm trying to see. So who was your winner in Sportsman? Let's see if we can look this up real quick. Isaac Malquit. So if I'm pronouncing that what was that?
Ohio boys.
No, what was that?
Yeah.
He's an Ohio boy. Just like
Ohio boy. What is up with you guys from Ohio and up north? Well, Mick is a Florida driver. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to clear the air.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Mick is a Florida driver. You spent more than 90 days in Florida. So.
Do not take that away from Colin and Dylan.
Yeah. So and they had a good week, a good weekend of their own. I mean, they didn't end up with the top podium over the weekend, but I think James was a little bit out there. We didn't really say his name all weekend. This is the first time that I get to meet him, and it's over Zoom. And it was a minor flex. I mean, I wasn't there, but I think he walks around, he walks around with the stick a little longer this week because until the next Grand National event, he's the guy to beat. I mean, that's how I feel. What do you feel, Mick?
Oh yeah, no, he's the guy right now. So we gotta go chase.
So would you say that he's faster than you then in all facets of karting?
Well, I don't know about that.
So
I did qualify him though.
Okay, I mean,
is he going to be under your tent for the Grands, or how's that going to work?
I don't know.
Over there?
I guess you'll find out in October.
Oh, come on.
Hey,
you see, I don't see you guys in Florida. We're so out of touch. I guess you'll find out later in the year, though.
That's not right.
Yeah.
Those decals will say AEM for on the business side. It'll have AEM on it, just so if he beats him again, it's like, yeah, that's my car beat me.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
That's a good excuse. So, and then obviously Jorge's going to come on here. He's going to get to talk for some of the heavy guys. We're going to do another podcast with a couple of the heavy guys as well. But Sean Mayer once again pulls it out and shows Jorge and so some of the Florida guys kind of how it's done. Before Jorge gets on here and comes up with a bunch of excuses, where did he finish for the weekend? 25th out of 34. So we love him. And Miguel, what did you finish this weekend?
31st after they made me start from the back.
Why is
I
that?
fixed, I zip tied bumpers. So honestly, I don't think I was in the wrong in this. All right. Because one side of the track has a red flag, another corner has a yellow, and one side of the track has a green. And then I got involved in a wreck, and then I was told by not even a race director that I had to start from the back. That kind of pissed me off. And I said, I didn't know the photographer of the event was now a race director. When I asked a race director and they told me that since they declared I had to start from the back, I had to start from the back, which kind of made me mad because I feel like I was definitely up in the higher 20s, maybe. Like I said, I saw Chris Carroll and I know he's been running pretty good up front. And I was maybe 3 cars behind him. And I was really hoping I was going to get behind him. But yeah, so that's how that went. Way to jab me there, Gabe. So pissed about it. I was really hoping from when the red flag happened. I just, like I said, I understand I did fix the cart, but I didn't like put it on a cart stand. I didn't put the lasers back on it. I just yanked the bumper back out and zip tied it. But,
So how did your accident happen?
so when we're coming down to the start finish line, the guys in front of me, half of them kind of raised their hand and then they put it back down and raised their hand again because everybody was so confused because we saw that wreck coming out of the pits where the kid basically just got driven off the track, hits the tires and flips the cart. And I said, that's totally a red flag. But maybe I'm thinking maybe they yanked him out, took him back, and it's green. No. So apparently they threw a red flag from behind us, a yellow, and a green, and that's how that happened. So when we came around there, a guy spun in front of me. I went to avoid him high, and all that rubber was all collected, and I spun, and then the guys behind me were wide open, 3 wide around that corner too, 1 and 2, and then I got hit by the bro guy.
The tomato took you out. How does that feel?
Yeah. And then the GoPro caught none of that. I'm like, golly, like,
That's
why?
the worst part.
Can't catch it
I
right
know.
now.
Yeah.
Talking setup and track progression, right? So you guys start racing Friday, right? With qualifying, your heat races Saturday and Sunday. When you're doing, and Jorge's not here, so we're not going to give away the house. But when you're doing a setup, especially for Mick and James, when you guys are looking at your setup or where you have to be from Saturday, are you thinking differently already? Are you thinking for Saturday or for Sunday of what you're doing with gearing or tire pressure? Are you working already on that on Saturday, or are you just kind of like, that you just we'll figure it out right before?
Well, the good thing about OTK is you don't have to do anything to it.
So you didn't touch anything all weekend?
I did not change a thing on my setup. We changed gear a little bit, but that is it.
Yeah.
We had the same setup in the final as we rolled off the trailer with.
And every time I went by AEM, he had his wheels off the rear, big massive toolbox next to his car. I'm like, Mick is freaking out because he sees that Colin and Dylan are hooking up. That was
I was probably just changing the weight in the tires in between rounds. I don't think I was freaking out.
You got balance, weight and balance and tires.
Yeah, I mean, I've only run one go-kart.
So you're running. Oh, you ran one go-kart for both flight and medium. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So that's why it probably looked like you're doing a bunch of changes. So you probably had to change your gear and all that stuff.
I ran same gear in both classes.
All that.
And what
all
gear
that
was
AM
that?
power out that motor.
And what gear was that?
I don't know. Ask James. He's the one that told me.
Like a 79.
Yeah, 2278.
2278. That sounds pretty accurate. That sounds good.
These
See, Miguel.
You gotta. It don't matter what gear they're on if you're getting outmotored.
So, well, that's the AM power,
Throwing
right?
shade,
Right, Mick? Were you both on AM motors, or what
Sure.
motors were you guys running this
No.
week? Where you got?
I was on GT machine.
Okay.
That's a good motor.
That's a good one.
Mm.
So, and
Yeah,
obviously,
good.
and Mick, you're obviously on your own engine, right?
Yep.
Now, when we talk about your engine program, is it you doing the motors or your dad doing the motor? Because I almost feel like it's
No, my dad does the motors.
Okay,
I'm just the guinea. I'm the guinea pig that's got to test them all.
Okay. So what
But
is
we
he
have a
doing? on the
dyno
motors?
for that too at the same time.
Okay, so you
Taking them out
guys.
of the box and setting the carburetor.
Okay. So Miguel's tried that. Didn't work too well.
What is it?
Just out of the box and set the carburetor.
Yeah, no. Fuck no. I learned that the hard way. I did that for Homestead SKC. I'm like, what the hell? Now you could just see some people even on the same gear, no one coming out of the corner. I just feel that gap. I'm like, oh God. It's gonna be a long weekend.
So what events
Yeah.
are you guys going to be running here pretty soon coming up? I know you've left Florida and moved on, but what do you guys got going on?
CNKA North for our team mainly, some regional Midwest stuff.
Okay.
A lot of CNKA North.
So do you want me to send you your little Florida flag sticker now so you can put it on the car?
Yeah,
Or-
why not? I've been waiting. Yeah, since
Okay.
I'm a Florida driver, I guess, right?
Yeah, you're now officially a Florida driver. James?
I wouldn't
We're
claim
not-
miles.
We're not too sure what we're running this year, but I think we're going to WK at Charlotte in a few weeks. But before that, I think we're going to do a couple testing days at G&J because my spring break is next week. So
Okay. So
I
yeah,
miss spring break.
and in case some of you haven't
Yeah.
noticed, he is probably one of the younger guys in the field, in that senior and medium class, and he whooped up on you old men. How does it feel? Especially Mick.
We need a master's white.
Yeah, because we thought Mick was young. He's not young anymore. Mick's now one of the older guys. So can you show
I'm not
everybody
even
kind
that
of?
old.
No, you're old. Can you?
He's
can you
eight.
show-
He's 8 years younger than you. How old are you now? 24, 25?
24.
Yeah, you're old.
Yeah, so he's 8 years younger than you, that guy.
Yeah,
That's why he's
he's just a
faster.
baby though.
That's why he's fast.
Exactly.
So
I'm gonna start shaving so I look younger.
Oh, well, your hairline says otherwise.
No, it doesn't. That's why I combed it over.
We need Jorge here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dye my hair like Nick's.
There
I bet you won't.
That's two tenths right there.
You should do it for the grands. You should do it for the grand.
Jorge was so mad because he's like, I forgot my AEM karting visor strip. He's like, I don't know where it's at. He was freaking out. He's like,
I could have
He's
gave
out-
him one. He could have asked me for one. He came over to the pit a couple times.
did he?
So
Yeah.
was he?
Oh,
He
why,
was,
why?
he was asking
He was
you for
over there
driving
talking
tips.
shit.
wasn't he? No, he's probably asking for
He
tips.
was, no, he was just over there smacking me around and stuff.
You can't let him do that. You cannot let Jorge do that.
I mean, he's
Or-
a lot bigger than me. I don't think I'm gonna try to like fight that.
Oh,
Hit
I
him in the
have.
knees.
I have.
Hit him in the knees.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I've seen that before. So, James, can you show everybody what you brought back from Charlotte? I asked you to pull them out earlier.
oh yeah, I got my this one.
No, but I want you to hold them like championship titles, like this,
Oh.
like hold them both, so that Mick can see what he didn't get. There you go.
Yeah.
Bring Miguel. You
Yeah.
see, guys, that's what a winner looks
Those
like.
are those are nice.
That's what a winner looks like.
I'm gonna order mine
Spring
from Amazon.
Nationals. I'm gonna order one from Wish.
Guys,
I got 3 pressure washers still.
What was
Holy
it?
crap! You're gonna just open your own pressure washing business at this point.
That's what I thought I was gonna do.
I mean,
Yeah.
3 pressure washers this year.
Yeah, well, because we won one at Jacksonville and no one told us that we won one. So Warren told us on Saturday, oh, hey, we have one of your pressure washers that you forgot at Jacksonville. So I ended up coming home with 3 of them.
Holy
Wow.
crap! One way to clean a chassis, though.
Are you guys snowed in right now or no? How's the weather back home?
like 40s.
Yeah, it's 40.
Oh,
It was
85
85 today.
Yeah, it was 85 today. It was
Oh.
nice and warm with no complaints in the world.
In a red state.
Nah,
Freedom.
dude, no. Being in Florida that long changed my blood, dude. It's like when I come back up here now, it's like I'm dying, and then when I get in 70 degrees, I'm cold.
Oh,
weird.
but he's not a Florida
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, he's not. He's
Yeah. See, I buried myself there.
Yep. So
Yep.
yeah.
If,
So go
if you-
ahead and
if you stay here more than a month, you're screwed. The weather was, and then we had pollen falling
Yeah.
too at the end of February, so that didn't help easy.
I felt it, man. It was even 80. Thursday at Charlotte, I had a long sleeve on, even at 80. I was like, oh man, I'm not right.
No. So going on to this weekend, obviously I don't think any of us will be at the event, but it's that one cup event that is racing this weekend in Orlando. There's some big hitters for the event. I believe Dylan's going to be there. There's rumors that maybe Corey Tolles might be running the event. He hasn't been at a big event in a little while. And anybody else?
But I thought he sold everything.
I don't know. Maybe he bought an MGM like you did.
I don't know, man.
Paul would not allow that. I hope
No.
Paul would allow that. Not to pick and choose who buys his chassis, but
So, Mick, why aren't you racing this weekend? What's going on?
Well, I'm finally back home now because now we got the northern season starting, and not all of our customers want to go back to Florida like right away. So, I got to work for a little bit now and get ready for the next CNKA race. I'd love to be there because I think we're leading the points and stuff after winning Pompano, but that's what it is. So we might go to WK in Charlotte in a few weeks, so I don't know yet.
So is that supposed to be the same layout that you guys just ran?
I don't think so. I mean, James will probably know.
Yeah, I know they ran a different layout last year, but it's only like a little bit different. Like turn 1 and 2, like instead of just taking the sharp left, like you go straight out and then take a left. It's basically the same thing.
Basically,
so they don't run that. They've never run that track backwards or anything.
No.
I wonder how that would be. Going up that hill is come on,
Yeah.
6. Like, go. I think it'd be interesting to go backwards up that hill. It's like, oh God, someone push me. I ain't gonna make it.
now has any of you guys met Eric Fagan already or no?
Yeah, I'm sure we all have at some point.
So yeah, I haven't met him, but he seems to be winning a lot of the stuff over in the Masters class. So Eric, if you're around and you're watching this far along, hit me up. We'd love to have you on the podcast here at some point. Right now, we're actually waiting on the Queen himself, Jorge Ruiz, to come on board. Now, Miguel, on the yes, coming up on the next jam video, there was a little surprise that you received. Something that your brother did. How we're not gonna give it all away because I gotta go see. But how did you see that? How did you feel that? Did you cry?
No, I did not cry. I asked him he's got to pay for mine.
Yeah,
that's the first thing I told him. He's got to pay for mine. I thought it was pretty cool. It's a little different than what we got now, but I think I like that he did change it up and he didn't do it identical because I don't. But yeah, I liked it. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, but he did catch me by surprise. So
is that should be on the next vlog, correct?
Yeah, at the very beginning too. If he doesn't take forever like he did with the second round of CNKA for Monticello.
Yeah. Now, Mick, I've noticed as of late you started posting some of your races. At least they've been coming up and getting posted from the camera that you're on the left hand side. Is that on your YouTube channel that you're trying to push? And anything we should be subscribing to that so we can see your line at the track? I mean, talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah.
No, so Kart Lounge did a thing with us this weekend where they posted like couple of my practice sessions and the medium and the light finals. So just trying to get coverage of the event and give the team a bit more exposure too. So I ended up being the guinea pig for that, which I thought was pretty cool. And I don't have I actually bought a GoPro not too recently. I just didn't bring it to Charlotte because Kart Lounge took care of that. But I'm gonna start posting more stuff for sure.
Okay. So and
you're not trying to start a vlog or nothing.
Yeah. Are you gonna start a vlog?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the boys been pushing me to, but I don't know, man.
I mean, it could be fun.
That one, right, James?
Yeah.
I feel like you and Jorge are kind of fanboying each other.
I would.
Yeah,
I would do something with Jorge though. Honestly, that's my boy. I'm so
there it is.
Yeah.
He can hear you.
Look at
him.
Jorge's gonna have an AM jacket on now.
Yeah.
How do I look at my AM jacket?
Hey, yeah, I got his jacket for him.
Hey, man, I wasn't prepared.
There he is. Hey, Mick is fanboying over you too. So this is
Bro,
great.
I love you, Jorge. I miss you so much.
Yeah, James Overbeck, man. Congratulations this weekend.
Thank
Dude.
you.
How old are you?
16.
You're what?
16.
Miguel, you're asked kid by kid.
I know. Shut up.
Hey, James, can
racing-
you also
I'm-
show Jorge what he didn't bring home this weekend? Do me the
Oh,
favor.
yeah.
Hold on.
I gotta see Jorge's reaction.
Damn, that's nice, man.
There
Man, that's
it
real
is.
nice.
He's-
Dang. Dang, how much
he's-
salt do you have? Because my wounds are fucking sore as hell right now. Dang, man, now we have a minor on the show. I don't know how crazy we can get.
I know we're gonna have to stay on for a little bit after we finish here. Now,
I have a sticker I'm gonna put on my helmet
What's
what
up?
did he do?
Let me
There you go.
see.
for the
Let
20
me
for
get-
the 24. I don't have it. It's in my
Oh,
truck.
All right. So, Jorge, we've kind of gone over everybody's race over the weekend, the progression. James Stavin making the back and taking the win on both classes. We know that happened. Then he dabbed on him, which was great. But let's talk about your weekend. How did it start and how did it finish? And how are you feeling today?
My weekend went straight. I don't know. So the chassis was like great in Pompano and great in Monticello. Like the car came alive and I was running up front. It was really stupid fast. And then when the track had low grip, like Friday, you guys know how everybody was struggling with grip. My car was good off the bat. Like off the bat, I was running mid 48s, and then the heavies were in the 47s. But by the end of the weekend, I was down to like 48 flats. So I mean, by the end of the Friday, I was down to 48 flats. The moment the grip level came in, I could not figure out how to get the grip up. And it's because of the chassis so different from the 2022. Or from the 2021 to 2022, it's a completely different chassis. Completely. Like I thought the softer seat would free up the cart.
Look at Mick's like, nope, wrong.
Dude, the softer seat, because the old TB is a hard chassis. The old S55 frame is a very stiff chassis. So a softer seat would have freed the cart up. This chassis is like a noodle. So the moment I put the soft chassis, I could feel the soft seat. I could feel going to a turn, everything flexing around me, like the whole cart just sinking in. And then the tight section, you could. I mean, everybody's telling me I was like 6 inches off the ground on the back tire. So I was trying to drive it and everything else.
He lifted that rear tire so high off the ground that he slammed back down. He looked. He thought he had a bent axle. That's how hard he slammed. I was like,
Dude, I thought
holy shit.
I bent the
Jealous of
axle.
that.
I thought, I was like, what the heck? So I had that much rear grip. Like, well, I had that much overall grip in the cart. So I'm guessing the big difference was like when I threw that soft seat was the wrong way to go. I need to go for a harder seat, and then change my seat position. I did walk away with a whole bunch of knowledge, though. Like this chassis, you make one little adjustment, one little 5 mil spacer, 10 mil spacer in the front, or a little 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch there, you feel the difference. The old S55, you'd have to make a big adjustment to feel it. This one, you a little bit.
But you got to know the right adjustment to make.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning it out now, so definitely go the other way around. But like Stuart and I walked away. Stuart made a good post. Like our weekend started out real great. We did not finish real great, but the knowledge we walked away was well worth it in the end. So we're still super happy with the weekend. Racing in all classes were great. Watching it, like watching Miguel in the LCQ, that was freaking awesome. His cart came alive. And then in the final, yeah. And then
it wasn't
it
was mainly my finally driving. I woke the fuck up.
Yeah, and then the finals was great. But I saw you guys were kind of struggling compared to Dylan and Colin at the start of the weekend. How did you guys
Here
turn
comes
it around?
Jorge with that.
They were good 3/10 clear of you guys. I was like, well, every time you went on track, I couldn't tell the difference. You kept changing suits, like that would make you fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the white suit.
I kept thinking, oh fuck, you changed the suit. This is gotta be too tense.
Yeah. I can see
My boy
you getting
Jake
madder and
hooked me
madder.
up, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Musical suits.
You know how I am, Jorge. You know how I am, bro.
It took you getting mad to figure it out. James,
do you
did you do a lot of changes throughout the weekend or what?
Had the same step as we rolled off the trailer with in the final. We had a different gear, but that's all we changed.
How did the cart work the whole weekend for you?
Right. He's like, what?
He's a good driver.
From,
He's a good driver. He's not
And he
us.
could drive.
Yeah.
from my experience at Charlotte, the couple of times we've been there, I've realized it's a lot of a driver's track and less of just changing a bunch of setup stuff. Because the first time we went there, we just kept throwing stuff at it and it did not work at all. You just can't overdrive the cart at Charlotte is what I learned. And it's been fine ever since then.
Yeah, I think I overdrove it. Like more, the madder I got, the more I overdrove. And then in heat 2, when I calmed down, I was like, all right, let's just enter the turns like you usually do, enter slow, exit fast. And I picked up like 8 positions and the cart was rolling just fine. But then I didn't like how it was in the high speed section. I couldn't really gain on anybody or not even like get the flow through easily. But the two tight left-handers and the right-hander, it was working fine.
Yeah, the track changed a lot. You had to change your driving through the weekend to keep up with it.
Now,
But not overdrive.
did it change because
I
of
should've.
progression or did it change from last year?
The grip
From
level
last year.
changes every day.
Okay, so
You
are
just
you
change your
adjusting so what you're saying is, I understand the driving style, but are you adjusting your line as well when this happens or no?
Well, it's like when I unloaded, the track was really green, and I felt like I was overdriving on Friday. And then I started just backing myself up as the grip level came down. Then I just went faster and faster, and we started leaving the go-kart completely alone. So, a lot of problem like under my tent was a lot of my teammates were overdriving, and we were on the same setup, and they were constantly, complaining about the go-kart when it wasn't the go-kart because, we do all the data and a little bit of video, and it's like James said, there it's all driver. It's 90% driver. There's really not a whole lot you can do with setup.
So let me ask you guys a question. And it's obviously for Mick and James. So when you're at a national event and like, okay, we're going into a final, we're hooked up, the carts are rolling well, we got the track down, and then you see, like, how is that feeling of pressure going into a final, knowing that you have all excuses are out the door, right? You got the track, you got the chassis. Like, what do you feel? What's going through your head right before the final, right before that green flag goes down? Describe that, James.
Don't die.
Well, on Saturday and stuff, like I was just hanging out, but like as soon as it got like after warm-ups on Sunday, like all I do like before finals just sit there, like either just look at my phone or just sit there basically. Like I can't I don't talk to anyone really or anything like that.
So
I have a rosary in my hand, just saying prayers. This guy just putting on his Facebook.
I didn't stop working from warm up to the final. I didn't stop working. I almost didn't make it the grid because I was finishing up my changes.
Wow. So
I made it to the kitchen sink.
Yeah, it didn't work. You took the sink home.
Don't even ask Mick because you can't even talk to Mick at the track. He's way better when he's out at the track because he's a fucking dick at the track. You have to look at him,
man.
That's why he comes and smacks me around.
He's cool, come around at the track. I was like, hey, he's like, ah.
Yeah, he's side at everybody's.
I made one joke about a kid stealing the truck because I saw him drive by in his truck. I was like, dude, a kid stole your truck. It could have been James for crying out loud now.
Yeah, so I think I've seen you come off the track and like you just went P1, finished first, and you get off the track like you're pissed off at the world, and you were gapped everybody for like 2 or 3 seconds. So I don't know how it happened or why you were so mad at the world, but hey, if that's what it takes for those of you guys running against them, don't piss them off. And we all learned a lesson to make sure that if you see James on track, take him out early so you don't have to worry about him in the final lap. But yeah, I mean, that kind of sums up Charlotte for the light and medium class. I think that from kind of watching it Race Smarter, it was tight the whole time until James just got bored and said, all right, I'll go ahead, I'll make it pass now and win the race. So
it was tight racing through the whole thing, man. Like it was real tight. Even at the line, man, I thought when you did that Colin was right there. I didn't think he knew how close And I was kind of worried where the transponder was mounted between you two, because I've seen races won and lost just because transponder placement. So when you crossed the line, I saw 0.0026. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So it just closed up like this.
Yeah, I don't think I realized how close, like, or how fast Colin was actually coming until I watched Nick's GoPro video. Like, I realized, like, if the finish line was like 50 or like 20 feet farther ahead, like, I wouldn't have won.
Oh yeah, you're done. Yeah, it was done. It was crazy.
So I mean, and it's a shout out to Colin to his driver ability. That I mean, I feel like he's not racing as much as he did probably 2 years ago in a 206. Or racing overall, and the fact that he can still go to these big national events and just turn it on instantly and be in the front of the pack. That I mean that comes from just years of practice and just getting there. So again, another Florida driver. So Mick Florida, Colin Florida, Dylan Florida. So it's great.
Mick not Florida. James, where you from, by the way? I think I must have missed all this. Where you from, man?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Holy crap. And you were down here just for this event?
Yeah.
Where's most of your racing happening? And like, so are you usually 206 or you've done some two-stroke stuff or what?
We do a mix of two-stroke and four-stroke stuff. I mean, we race all over.
So what's the biggest difference that you find between two-stroke and four-stroke?
Two-stroke is a lot harder in my opinion. I mean, it's a lot harder, but yeah, and it's a lot more money though. I mean, 206 racing, it's super fun, and yeah.
And four-stroke, you still go racing and have enough money for a strip club afterwards.
No, he's 16. He's 16.
16. You can't say that. Oh, that's the problem. We can't have underage kids on here. Damn it.
You can go to Hooters at least. That's sort of close.
No, you can't go anymore unless you want your truck broken into.
So what happened? So obviously that came out of contest, but I get one random message. I'm
glad it was not my truck.
One random Snapchat of a truck with a covered up window with a piece of cardboard. I literally leave you guys for one, like by yourself for a day, two together, and you guys get in trouble. What happened?
Nothing.
Hooters.
And we got kicked. And by the end of the night, we got kicked out of there. We were even cut off. They said y'all got to go.
Oh my god, it was a bad weekend. Hey, but actually listening to these guys right here, so basically,
that's a 206. That's Mick. That's Mick. Isn't
it? Is that the dyno?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was Mick's motor from this weekend.
On the dyno.
I thought someone had pissed off Honda Civic back there or some shit.
Yeah, that was definitely Mick's motor.
What is that?
Motor.
That's more than 6,000 RPMs.
Is your dad?
That was his practice motor.
Is your dad there?
Practice motor?
Go grab him.
Yeah.
Go grab him.
No, he ain't gonna come over here.
Go grab him.
Hey, Dad, come over here. Dad, come over here.
Come over here. That's like New York.
I don't think you will.
He's another. Yeah, he's another one with a strict face. Your dad totally walks around.
Oh yeah,
the hat low, sunglasses on. It's like
everybody's pissing off the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's so nice.
The track, like after the race day, such a nice guy, right? Super nice after the race day, but during the race day, it's just like this. He's just like this. I was gonna say what's up to him, and I saw his face. I was like, you know what? He's a little guy.
They're wondering why the dyno is running.
I'm gonna walk up.
They're like, "What's on the dyno? My 206." I'm like, "Nah, it's way more than 6,000 RPM."
That's awesome.
15,000.
So what's the next race for you guys?
CNKA North.
You were late. You were so late.
Okay.
He's
James for you?
Probably WK Charlotte.
WK Charlotte, got it.
Yeah.
When's CNKA North?
April at some point.
Like April 17th, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we still might do the WK event in Charlotte, but we don't know yet.
So we
yeah,
we'd
I'm not
we'd
going
like
back to
to
Charlotte.
talk Mick and maybe send an invitation to James to go do some road racing. I think that would be fun if they did
That's a
some
hard
road.
pass. No.
Why not?
They got scared. They got
No.
scared.
Come on, Mick.
Hey,
I mean, I'm
promise
not
I
trying to
won't-
die yet. So I mean,
Yeah.
I promise I won't invite Dylan and Colin. All right, Mick. Now will you come?
I think me and Colin are okay. I don't know about Dylan, but
I think
That'll
it
be
was.
fun.
Because that's
I
all.
love
That's all
watching those
pussy.
racing, man.
That's all.
I would love watching that race. I love.
I
I
enjoy
love
it.
watching
I
other
think
races.
honest. I like the heat. I mean, I don't know if there's heat. I don't. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna create it. There's heat between these three. I love the drama. I love the racing it brings. You know, it drama sells, and I think that's what I think. If people watch this and they think that there's any tension, which there might not even be, but that's
the
what creates
problem
the
was-
racing. Even
the problem was I stayed in Florida too long, and that's
Yeah,
what
you
created
did.
heat probably.
You did. You overstayed your welcome.
Exactly. 3
did.
months was too long. So if it was a month or maybe a couple weeks, there probably wouldn't be no heat. So
That's
but
not
it's
the
good
problem.
heat.
The problem
I
is
mean,
I'm just
I like
kidding.
it.
It's all
the
good
pro-
fun.
the-
We're all right.
the problem. Yeah, the problem is like you don't give an inch. It's just like me. You don't give an inch, dude. I sent someone this weekend pretty good. I got mad. I was off the rails.
You're my
That's why
you're my inspiration though. That's why I drive
Oh,
like that.
If I ever end up in the
should we-
meeting
Bro,
class,
I'm gonna race
Miguel
you in
says it.
heavy one
Miguel says it
should we
best.
all just
Miguel
get?
says
Should
it
we just
best.
all get
I'm
off?
gonna
and
race you in
and Jorge?
heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miguel
Yes,
says it best.
please.
So he goes, "Hey, why do people hit you and they just bounce right off of you?" I was like, "When you have 230
He's so
pounds
fat.
in the go kart, when you have 230
He's so
pounds in the go kart,
heavy.
the go kart ain't going anywhere."
No.
You cannot door Jorge. He's not gonna move. He won't move. You can door him all
Jorge,
you want.
I
he will not move.
was so disappointed what happened to you in Monticello. I thought you were gonna win, dude. I was so excited. Fuck,
Oh
man.
yeah, fucking motor.
Bro. I know.
That's why.
Okay, well, I'm off.
That's why I might be going a different route here for the Grands.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's for shots. It's for shots. Subscribe.
He's talking about
Different
motor.
route
He's
as
talking
the
motor.
engine. I'm gonna figure out the
Oh.
chassis. The chassis I'm figuring out.
I thought you
That
said-
ain't an issue.
And can we talk about Perkins in a CRG for the weekend, kicking ass and taking names?
Oh, nope.
You said
nope,
no?
nope.
They mentioned it. They already said it.
Yeah.
He posted
Yeah,
on
they
it. He
did.
posted on Instagram.
Is
So
that like a permanent move, or what is he doing?
not at the moment. At the moment is they sold a lot of carts and they are currently in the market of maybe switching manufacturers. Now Perkins has been with them since the 90s, James, and but he's known Marshall since the 90s, I guess, or 80s for a freaking long time. And the CRGs, the FS4 is coming a lot, man. They speed all week, and even in the light class, Jed did great in it. And then James did amazing in the heavy class and master class. So
And
they
JD was
had
up
that
there
card.
too with them.
Yeah, JD, Ryan. So that CRG program, those are some hardcore guys that been just 5
Working.
to 6 years of trying to figure the shit out. And now they got it down and they're coming up. And then if they end up with Jed and James as a full-time thing, CRG is going to be up there a lot. I'm just saying, Marga, you're fucked. I'm just gonna
He's
say,
like, no,
this
we
much.
can't talk about
Marga, you're fucked. All right, you are.
I love
fucked.
it.
You need it. I said it. I already said it
I
once before.
love
I know. If they watch it, you need to go grab
Jorge,
Old
you're
Red,
best.
right? Go grab fucking Old Red. Make the Bravo chassis or the Bravo chassis, whatever the fuck you make now is good.
Bravo.
Supposed to be good. Whatever, the Bravia, whatever you guys call it, some crazy name. And go make Old Red
Oh,
again.
God.
Other than that, CRG is the next step for them, and I completely support them. And I hope they go they cut ties and move on and go to CRG.
Or TB.
They
I
tried.
mean,
They've been on it for 20-something years.
yeah, I mean,
I
at
don't
least
want
it
nobody else on
lasted
TV, so
20
I'll figure
something
it out.
years, unlike Miguel. So
I don't want
That's a
anybody
marriage.
I don't want anybody going on TV and trying to beat me. I would love everybody on a TV chassis. That's the right green.
fast.
Isn't that
He's
great?
like,
James, you better not shake your head now, okay? You weigh
Tony,
about 120
Tony Kart
pounds.
Green. Tony Kart green. That's the
Hey,
right green.
this weekend, Matt was one on the Tony Kart, and he was having struggles, but he figured it out. And the thing was, the new chassis for him works completely opposite of his old Tony Kart chassis.
Was he on the
we-
2022? Was he on the 22?
Yeah, he's on the brand new 2022, and then for some reason, the
But his old
the
one
hard,
was a 2016.
yeah,
Oh, that's a big
not the
jump.
EOS.
That's how old you. Yeah, that's how old the
not
other
that
one was.
Not that one. The one that he was on before was the 2020.
Oh,
And then
Yeah,
he
they
ended up.
didn't
Yeah,
make an
Okay.
EOS in 2016. They've only been making the EOS since the 20.
what
yeah.
the
So
hell
then
was he on in
changed.
2016?
Oh, that was the year before. Some retard. I mean, I don't know what the fuck chassis he was on before.
Can't say retard.
But-
Jesus.
Oh my god,
Damn.
whatever.
That was
So he was on
aggressive.
that chassis. Yeah. Then he
Wow.
went with a neutral axle, and the cart came alive. But when the grip level went up, he went back to hard axle, and then he said it just went back to crap. So he's still having issues too.
Yeah,
He
makes
said
like
he probably should stay on the neutral axle.
yeah, makes like I figured it
Yeah,
out.
he-
Really. Don't worry, I didn't say
He's
shit.
having issues.
So, all right, guys. In
Apparently,
closing
we just need to
here-
grab James set up and just throw it on the car and learn how to freaking drive.
So, but he is slight.
Hey, That's all right. My weekend, I felt like crap when I got home because I learned a lot. Oh yeah, I learned a lot. And you two are like, it's just a driver's track. The whole time you kept saying driver's track, I'm like, I'm gonna kill them. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see them again.
Oh man. So, in closing here, Jorge. So your surprise for Miguel, is it going to be on the next vlog, or when is that going to be on?
Say it again.
The surprise
I
that
didn't
you
say
got
nothing.
to show that what you showed Miguel this weekend. Are you going to put that on the next vlog?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on the vlog. That's gonna be coming out tomorrow. That
Okay,
vlog
so
is gonna come
yeah,
out
all right.
tomorrow.
So tomorrow, which really
And then
means today,
I'm gonna
'cause-
drop.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably drop a picture. No, I'm not gonna draw a picture of that. I'm gonna draw a picture of something else I have in mind
Okay.
tomorrow as well, which will be today because Gabe's gonna drop it tomorrow. Whatever, you know what I mean.
Yeah, whatever.
It's
All
gonna
right,
come out
guys.
soon. Everything's coming out soon.
Yeah. So, James,
Hey,
thanks for joining us.
I hate that I can't point. All right, get with oh my god, get with Gabe. All right, get with Mick. He said he'd love to do some videos for Jam Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All right. So I'm gonna do this. In August.
He's already thought about
No,
it. He's already
I
he's
know.
been dreaming.
In
All
August.
right. Yeah.
In August, I am heading to one of CNKA North races.
Which
It's
one?
going to be the South Bend one.
Oh, you're coming to MRP? Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
we love
so
that place.
I will be up there. I'll be up South Bend. That's the August one, right? I just want to make sure I got the right
Yeah.
dates. So that's the August race. I will be up there in August. I will not be divulging
Let's
who I'm going to be
go.
racing with, but I'm going to be up there. I set something up this weekend and I got it nailed down. So definitely August, I will be running up CNKA North. So anybody watching, come up to CNKA North. If you are from the North area, haven't had a chance to meet you guys, come out. Jam Racing will be CNKA North in August at South Bend.
All right. So
That's
that
right.
we're gonna make that our closing statement. So before we go here, I mean, it was pretty official that Mick has shown his devotion and love for Miguel. I mean, for Jorge, definitely not Miguel. Yeah,
He likes him. He likes him thick.
he likes him thick. So, James, congratulations this weekend. You did an absolute
James, man, awesome job, man.
Yeah.
Awesome job, James.
Awesome job.
Congratulations,
Learning
man.
how to
Yeah.
drive.
Thanks,
Yeah.
yeah.
And as always, guys, subscribe, like, and share. Jam Racing, AM Karting, look them up. White Knuckle Racing. It's very important for us. We want to push the sport as much as we can. We do this for the love of the sport. We don't, everything that we do on social media, we do it for fun. It's for free because we just love it. We love it when people come up to us and just talk about karting. And we want to make the sport as big as we can. And come up to any of us. When you see James, congratulate him. You see Mick, tell him he sucks, so maybe he can get mad and drive better. If you see Miguel, just feel sorry for him.
You have to tell him he's sucking, all right? You got
Right.
to.
And when you say Jorge, just tell him, beg him to please get on a diet because he gives everybody 20 pounds. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. And we're gonna see you all guys next time.
Got you guys on track.